Overnight, just extreme weather rocked parts of the U.S., stretching all the way from the Rockies to the Great Lakes. Thunderstorms with hurricane-force wind gusts of 75 miles per hour reported across several states. The National Weather Service says the extreme weather is unprecedented.
CNN correspondent Lucy Kavanaugh following all of this for us this morning from Davenport, Iowa.
From the Rockies to the Midwest, an intense storm system pummeled the region, producing tornadoes and hurricane-force winds in 9 states. The massive storm system resulted in the most hurricane-force winds in a single day. In Minnesota, the National Weather Service office in the Twin Cities confirming a tornado touchdown in Plainview. "Please calmly take shelter," they tweeted out. This is the first tornado reported in the state during the month of December. In Colorado, clouds descend onto Boulder, bringing with it strong gusts of wind. In El Paso County, high winds were responsible for knocking over tractor trailers and the cause of delaying or canceling many flights at the Denver International Airport on Wednesday.
I canceled our flight and I went to customer service and they didn't have any flights going out until Friday.
Down in New Mexico, intense winds flipped this small plane over at the Santa Fe Airport.
This is the first time that since I've been here that we've had this kind of extensive damage, especially to aircraft.
Over in the plains, winds are producing dust storm conditions. In western Kansas, visibility on Interstate 70 is virtually non-existent.
I'd say this is like a tornado.
Intense winds whipping up dust and sand, shutting down parts of the road for several hours. While over in Garden City, Kansas, all flights were canceled to and from the airport. The severe weather has left hundreds of thousands of people without power and comes less than a week after tornadoes ripped through 8 states in the Midwest and the South. Now, this region is experiencing an unusually warm December. I may be bundled up now, but we saw a high of 75 degrees here in Davenport, Iowa yesterday. That's an insane record. And the sad reality is this is what climate change looks like. The extreme weather is here to stay. The question is, Jim and Erica, what we do collectively to stop that trajectory. Guys, back to you.
Just remarkable weather events seemingly every day. Lucy Kavanaugh, thanks so much.
And wild to think that it was 75 where Lucy is yesterday. Chad Myers, CNN meteorologist, joining us now with more on this. I mean, these intense shifts that we've seen and the storms, the Storm Prediction Center calling these storms unprecedented. The concern is that they become more common, right? So walk us through what we're seeing, Chad.
What we had is the jet stream in the right place for almost a spring-type storm. We had a very warm Gulf of Mexico, and you want to talk about climate change or global warming. The Gulf of Mexico is very warm. That adds humidity to the air that was pushed up to the north. So if you want to add something in there, would this have happened anyway? Maybe, yes. But because we did have all this warm air and warm water making humidity, that's why these storms have been so big, bigger than they should be. Any time of year, really, for that matter. 77 in Wichita. Here's Galveston, Texas, 79. Look at this number. Des Moines was 74 yesterday. Your old record was 59. Wow. So here's what we had. 2 things. The wind event out west. Here's Kansas. The wind event out west. This has never happened in December ever in this area before. Here's the moderate risk, level 4 or 5, severe weather across parts of Iowa and Minnesota. This has never happened before in December. Not that it's never happened, it certainly has, but in the spring when it's supposed to happen. The irony is here, the problem is it is December. That's why it's very hard to put your mind around how this happened here. Even back out to the west, you can see some of those streaks. Those streaks were actually smoke from fires. Lamar, Colorado, 107 mile per hour wind yesterday in an automatic session. Look at these tornadoes, 20. We have had over 100 tornadoes in December so far with these few storms we've had. The normal number, or the average number, is 23. Severe wind, more severe wind yesterday than we've ever seen in any one day. Over 75 miles per hour, there were 55 reports. So here's La Nina. Talk about global warming, but we also talk about La Nina because this is adding another 10 or 20%. The jet stream's coming down and it's turning like this. This is normal, what happens in La Nina. And what else happens? An increase in tornado activity right where we'd expect it. Just this is a little farther north than what we'd expect anyway.
Record heat for December is fueling severe weather across the central United States. In response to the tornadoes that devastated much of the Midwest last week, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell suggested these extreme weather events might just be our new normal.
This is going to be our new normal, and the effects that we're seeing from climate change are the crisis of our generation.
As I said, it may just be the new normal. Joining us now, CNN chief climate correspondent Bill Weir.
Hi, John.
Bill, I was in Kentucky. I mean, look, the idea that you have these really warm temperatures in December interacting with some cold fronts here, what's going on here?
John, there was a tornado in Minnesota last night. In December, if you wrote some dystopian disaster movie in which, you know, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field was worried more about 75-mile-an-hour winds and tornado watches, you would dismiss it outright. Thunderstorms on the north shore of Lake Superior in December. And that's just a little taste. There are 55 reports of hurricane-force winds overnight. That broke the record of last year. We live in the age of broken record breaking, which is one is set, it's broken days or weeks later, and we sound like a broken record saying this is not going to stop. Dust storm in Colorado, 100-mile-an-hour winds there. It looked like something out of the Dust Bowl. Softball-sized hail in Nebraska. The Sierra is getting too much snow at once. It's not enough to fix the drought. It's enough to make a lot of headaches there. And a super typhoon hit the Philippines with Category 5 winds. They have a 9-foot storm surge there. So, yes, this is the result of a hotter planet. And some folks think, well, I don't live in the global south. I'm immune from sea level rise. I'm nowhere near the coasts. This is what happens when all that warm, supercharged air hits the jet stream and it spins it. It's like putting a baseball in a pitching machine. And you saw the results firsthand, and those poor souls in Kentucky are still picking up the pieces and will be for a year at least.
I think one of the things I just want you to highlight again, this is different.
This is totally different.
This is different than we've seen, and you see it in Kentucky, you see it in Minnesota, you see it in Greenland.
Yeah.
It's just different.
You know, the term act of God has been a legal insurance term in the courts term. These are acts of humanity. These are unnatural disasters that scientists have been warning us about for a very long time. And unfortunately, they don't seem to sink in. We have the capacity to normalize and then politicize awfulness. You know, Exhibit A is the pandemic we're going through right now, and in which, you know, health scientists are getting the same sort of abuse that climate scientists got for a long time. But this is not going away. And even if everybody, you know, parked their cars tomorrow and, you know, rode horses and skateboards to work, Greenland's not going to stop melting. That's already baked in. And then just to add a nice cherry on top of your holiday discussions, there's this thing called the Thwaites Glacier in Antarctica. It's a piece of ice about the size of Florida, and it's hanging on by a thread. It's pinned up against an undersea mountain, and new reports come out that thing could break loose because it's melting from below within the next 5 years.
Well, thanks for that Christmas cheer, Bill. But it's intensity. When we're talking about what's happening in the Midwest now, we talk about hurricanes in the fall. One of the direct impacts of climate change, it's the intensity of these storms.
It's too much of the things we need, the source of life, water, too much at once. Rain bombs in Hawaii. I was just filming there. You know, we saw those winter blizzard warnings in Hawaii. And what's happening in the West now with these mudslides, deluges of rain, dumps of snow after so much drought, the soil can't absorb it fast enough, and it's just this knock-on effect. Excuse me, and I'm afraid we're headed for the day where you'll go, remember when the president would visit a natural disaster area when he had to, you know, when there was only one at a time, so, you know, was able to do that? We need to wake up to this, John. I mean, this is not getting better.
It's a sober message, Bill, but I appreciate you bringing it to us. Happy holiday, nonetheless.
No, you got to keep hope alive. You
Thanks,
got to
Bill.
keep hope alive.